Chapter 3. Prior to Consciousness. Prior to this identification with the body, you must recede into that. Witnessing of the beingness happens to the eternal principle, the Absolute. I, the Absolute, never had any experience that I was alive. I, the Absolute, have no needs. I ever prevail. The non-attention Parabrahman state has no attention I am. Before the beingness was there, look at that. Be in that state. Timeless, spaceless existence doesn't know that it is. That is reality. That is truth. As the eternal principle, you prevail in spite of all happenings. To the Absolute, witnessing of the I amness occurs. This is the Siddha standpoint. I, the Absolute, am not this I amness. Not knowing is perfection. Knowing is imperfection, fraudulent. When the I am goes into oblivion, that is the eternal state. No form, no beingness. There is no question of going into that state. You are in the supreme state. Without reason or cause, the consciousness spontaneously appears on the Absolute. As you get closer to the truth, you will lose interest in worldly affairs. My true nature is that which was before the body and the consciousness came into being. It is quite simple. All that which is time bound is untrue. I am the perfect state when the I amness was not. What was your state before the I am arose? Go back to the source. That which you don't know is the right state. Throw away everything as useless after this consciousness has come. In the Absolute, there is no need of any kind, even the need to know oneself. Sadguru Parabrahman is your true nature. In the Absolute, the I am comes. They are not two. Donating the self, you get Brahma. Donating the Brahma, you get Parabrahman. The teaching which destroys the individual is exactly what he seeks. You just stumble on the knowledge that the individual was never there. You are prior to the idea I am. Camp yourself there, prior to the words I am. You must recede into the no-knowingness when you are awake. I was, I am, and I shall be in that original state before the I amness came. I am fully established in that unborn state. I am the God, I am the devotee, and I am the worshipping. You must know yourself bereft of the body sense. The one who expresses I was not is secure, stable, and eternal. The one who recognizes the imperfect is perfect and complete. With reference to your true Parabrahman state, Maya does not exist. You know what you are not. What you are, you cannot know. Prior to knowingness is the priormost principle, which knows the consciousness. Death is inevitable, so why not accept it right now that it cannot affect you? What you have heard from me is to be understood, used, and given up. Without the body sense, I am perfect, total, and complete. You are changeless and permanent. You have no beginning and no end. You are eternal. Parabrahman is your eternal state. You cannot remember it because you have never forgotten it. Go back to your original state before this consciousness came upon you. The one which is listening and you do not know is you. As the Absolute, I have no experience of myself. On hearing these words, all your knowledge will evaporate suddenly and you will be wonderstruck. I, as the Absolute, do not need this consciousness. Where is the question when the instrument of questioning is kept aside? On your no-knowing state, suddenly the knowingness has appeared and created all the mischief. I am before anything can happen. Knowledge is ignorance. It has a beginning and an end. Had it been real, it would be eternal. Sadguru means the eternal state which will never change what you are. The one directed by Sadguru has no more birth. His sadhana is over. Why die as a body? Have the highest ambition so that at least while dying you are the Absolute. One is the Absolute, that is, no I am. Two is consciousness, that is, I am. Three is space, the world. To know you are nothing is real liberation. When all your knowledge, including yourself, is liquidated, then you are liberated. The unknown is the truth. I have no need of any experience. You are prior to consciousness. In that state, there is no pleasure or pain. What am I when this temporary state is gone and before it comes? That itself is the search. The ultimate knowledge does not have any knowledge. If you have really understood, no questions can arise. Questions arise only to an entity. As long as you believe you are entity, spiritual salvation and all this talk is useless. As an entity, you want to know the Absolute. It's not possible because you are the Absolute. When you really intuitively understand what I'm saying, it's the end of your spiritual search. Prior to consciousness, who is there? And with what instrument one can be conscious? The state prior to consciousness is always there. Right now it is there. Your true identity is a state of not knowing, total, complete, and perfect. This sense of presence is unreal, like a dream. Your true state was there before the body and the consciousness arose, is there now, and will be after the body and the consciousness go. Give thought to the state before experiencing began. Even when the consciousness goes, you prevail. You always are as the Absolute. It is the consciousness that gets liberated. There is no entity. It must happen that the consciousness is no longer conscious of itself. Knowingness in its ultimate state is no knowingness. If you have clearly understood what I am saying, you would have no specific intention or interest left. Do everything with the understanding that when the body and the consciousness go, you need do nothing. Consciousness disappearing, there will be no sense of presence. But I shall very much be without the sense of presence. Before the I am arrived, I knew no time. Birth, living, and death constitute nothing but time, duration. Come to firm conclusion that I am nothing. You must have the firm conviction that you are unaffected by the birth and death. No knowing is highest in the hierarchy of spirituality. The Absolute transcends both knowing and no knowing.